Hello and welcome to another regulation supplemental. This is Sausage Talk number 4, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
My name is Jeff Ramsey.
4.
With me, as always, the other 4. Speaking of 4 sausages, Eric, Gavin, Andrew, and Nick. We decided to have a sausage talk. I think, Gavin, you actually called sausage on this one.
I think it was a good sausage call.
I agree. He threw the sausage flag down. Oh, maybe we need a sausage flag to go with the potato flag.
Ooh. Just a sausage you can bung in Discord and it just ends the conversation. Save it for the sausage.
I have a sausage-related question in a general sense.
Okay.
How many sausages are in a pack of sausages, typically?
12?
12?
No,
8.
like what? Yeah, I would think
8.
Yeah, I would think
6
8.
to 8.
Yeah,
I think
6
once
to
we
8.
once we hit our 9th sausage talk, that's season 2. I think we bundle the first 8. That's a pack. That's season 1.
I have seasonal sausages.
I think so. I think I like a nice pack of We can't have too many sausages in the pack. It would get all crammed. It'd get squished.
What if
It's a
there
good
was a
point.
store that was called Baker's Dozen and it just sold stuff in 13s? That was its, that was its shtick.
Interesting. Is there, because people always complain that hot dog buns and hot dogs don't sell in equal amounts, like you get more buns than dogs. Is there other foods like that? And if so, that could be a great gimmick for a store. A store that only sells equal items of everything you need.
Ooh.
But I can't think of another example, really, of the hot dog bun.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
issue.
think most things that I get are in the equal amount of things that I need, like typically.
I think, unfortunately, the hot dog bun might be the only example.
Is that, well, I guess maybe burger to burger bun. That probably doesn't line up, but you don't hear about that nearly as much.
I think more people make patties than buy patties, probably.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I guess, and you could theoretically do other things with that meat in a way that you can't with a hot dog.
You can do a lot with that meat if you want to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What you been doing with your meat, Jeff?
Oh,
You
dude,
mean
I've
up?
been doing a lot with
Good
my
meat.
meat. Thank you for asking. You know, I bought that.
I just want a meat check. We've been doing ankle checks. I think it's time we start doing meat checks.
I love it. I love that we're doing meat checks. I bought that Ninja wood-fired electric grill, you know? So I've been doing
You've been doing the grill.
I did some lemon pepper chicken the other night. It was all right. It was thin sliced, so it cooked fast.
I don't feel like I have a skillet to do steak, but I should look into the Ninja thing, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, steak is good.
Ninja doesn't just chop stuff anymore. They do other stuff.
Yeah, dude. I bought like the 2025 version of the electric George Foreman grill.
What's
But it's
happening?
Ninja.
What's
and it's like
happening
a
right now?
grill, it's a smoker, it's an air fryer all
just
in
doing a meat
one.
check.
And
What
it's
if we have
outside.
to throw a regulation flag in the middle of a sausage talk?
Is this a fucking episode? What is going on?
The last episode
Like,
was very
what?
sausage heavy.
Yeah,
and this
what is
sausage is very
happening?
episode heavy.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I truly don't know what a sausage talk is. We've done however many of these.
What?
Still don't really get it.
You're the question guy. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You gather the sausage meat.
No, I understand. I gather the sausage meat for the thing, and I understand the idea of like production talk, but I just I never fully know to what extent.
It sounds like you understand the podcast then. You just described sausage talk. He nailed it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got off on a tangent because Andrew asked me about my grill, and I'm really into that grill. I made some fucking asparagus the other night that would blow
Doing it
your
again.
dick
You're doing
out
it
of your
again.
own
You're
ass.
doing it again.
Would
You're
you
doing it
say
again.
you're ready to take the mantle of grill master again?
Yeah, I'm getting up there. I'm getting pretty close to it for sure. But I believe Gavin called sausage because recently we went for our yearly boat outing. And as we do most times on the boat, we came up with a bunch of dumb ideas and we compiled them all and we were going to dive into them, drafts and what have you, on the episode. But it seemed like so much that it would probably dominate the episode. And it felt like it made more sense to do over here on a sausage talk, as Andrew so eloquently described the purpose of earlier. And Eric said he's got a sausage or two he wants to throw onto the pile. Andrew, hopefully you've got one or two you want to cook up. I know we have some questions as well.
Yeah, I got the questions. So we're going through these ideas, and it's the thought like we're going to gladiator style, thumbs up, thumbs down, figure it out, or like what's the overall goal?
I think we have to just pitch them so that we all are aware of them in the universe.
Got it.
And then hopefully they will find their way into the bit barrel.
Okay.
Speaking of the bit barrel, an audience member gave me a suggestion that I've been holding on to because I wanted to talk about in Sausage Talk. Felt like this is the place to go. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Hit us with it.
Someone named, I wrote his name down, their name down, Kelsmont, on my stream the other day said, we should have a go to second barrel option. Like one of the pieces of paper should be go to second barrel. And then we have a second smaller barrel. I don't know what's in that barrel, but I cannot wait to find out.
I like the idea of having like one of the cupboards just has the second barrel in it. And we have to, when it very rarely has to be wheeled out, it's like dusty and shitty.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
What if the second barrel is just a barrel that's a fire pit? And if you go to second barrel, you then have to pull something from the bit barrel, and whatever gets pulled goes into the pit, and it's gone. You lose the bit.
Oh, you burn the bit.
So it's like a burn barrel?
It's like a burn barrel for bits. But if you pull go to second barrel, that means a bit is getting killed.
Yeah, that's a crazy idea. I love that. Like,
and it might be your favorite bit. It might be a thing we're pumped about, but it's gone.
Yeah,
it was
that's
destiny.
That's like the most destructive thing we've ever pitched here on this show. I really like that.
It's like the way that the Moon Not Moon draft is cursed. Maybe this is like, oh, you know what? This would have been cursed. We had to get rid of it. This is the universe.
But what if it's a really good bit and it's heading for the burn barrel?
Gone.
What if everyone has an angel barrel that they can save?
Oh. I think if it was a really good bit and it was in the bit barrel, it wasn't that good of a bit.
Oh, wow. So it's like a shit bit barrel.
Here's the only way that you can persuade me is if the angel barrel that you're describing is a burnable item that you have to then replace for the burn barrel. So you burn that and it's gone. It's a physical, like you're still, something always needs to be burned when you go to the second barrel, but you can intervene and put your angel save or whatever in the burn barrel instead.
And then how do we incorporate shot in the dark into this?
Here, I can get Eric on board really quickly. We're going to have the angel save be little ratty boys that you could throw into the fire.
We're never going to be able to hang on to them. They're all going in the fire day one.
So it's like save a bit, burn a rat sort of swap.
Save a bit, burn a rat. I like
There
it.
you go. I love it. Now, as I was
such
Put go to second barrel in the bit barrel.
all right, so we've decided go to second barrel is a thing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, Kelsmont, for that recommendation. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Great suggestion.
I'm going to try to go to where the drafts were. Okay, so goddamn, I have so many other dumb ideas here too. Okay, the first idea I have here is a fads draft. We came up with it on the boat. Fads draft. Fads from your childhood, like pegging your jeans, or in Gavin's case, just getting pegged.
Yeah, I know. But like that was the example, and that really, I think half the audience just went, "Huh?"
Hold on a second.
Pegging your jeans?
You could have said Pogs. Could have said Pogs.
Yeah.
Could have said Pogs.
I didn't have the Pogs weren't a trend when I was growing up. This. You do that to your jeans.
There you go. Pegging in jeans.
Okay. Yeah. It's a shame you can't see the strap on further up the picture.
Oh boy.
Oh Christ, that's great, Gav. So anyway, getting pegged as an example, as a fad.
So that would be your first pick. Would be getting pegged.
Yeah, getting pegged. Then jelly bracelets probably after that. But so a fads draft, just like everybody drafts fads from their life or that they experienced or whatever comes to mind. That seems like a no-brainer.
Here's my gladiator vote.
Okay, good. That can go in the bit barrel, I feel like.
Yeah, put that in the bit barrel.
Yeah. Are you marking it, or should I be marking it?
You mark it.
Okay.
Oh wait, this isn't going in the bit barrel, is it? Because this is a draft.
No, this is something we can just do. I'm just going to mark it so I know we can go back to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeff is flying by the seat of his pants, but you have to allow him to do it so we can do this.
I think it's only if we're like 3 months down the line and we've forgotten about this, does it end up in the bit barrel?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also think we should maybe have a little evening with the Falcons just like when we made the summer playlist, which we tested out this weekend.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And we'll have them help us with the old dropped bits for the barrel.
Oh, that's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. Absolutely. As I'm looking at ideas like make mustard to go in the deviled egg off, which is 2 ideas in one.
Are these just ideas that you have somewhere else and not on the list of regulation idea bank?
No. I have the idea of the stuff that we're talking about, the drafts from the boat. I'm just looking up and I see the deviled egg off on a different list. And I was like, oh, yeah, we got to do the deviled egg off. I was just using it as an example. Next one. This was Barbara's idea. This was Eric's small wife's idea. We called it Andrew's list. Andrew creates a bunch of prompts of questions that need to be answered. All of the questions go into a hat or a bit barrel where we randomly pull like 3 questions out. And then through the course of a podcast or Let's Play recording, our job is to get the answer to these secret questions from the other members we're recording with without them figuring out that that's what we're asking.
I like it.
Did I explain that well, Eric?
You explained it perfectly. Oh, you didn't ask me. Oh, that's fine.
Well, it's Eric's wife's idea, and he was there when she pitched it. So I was asking him if I explained it well.
I think you did great.
Okay.
Eric, are you doing something else?
Nope. I am. I'm waiting for it to wrap up because Jeff was asking me. Andrew wanted to answer, and I'm just checking on what's going on. It's tough when there's no immediate feedback. Huh?
Yeah, that was it. That was a good Gavin impression by you. Gavin, that's what it's like. That's our end. That's what we hear.
Just nothing.
I don't know why when you put out a question to the group and no one says anything, you come straight for me.
Because you never do, even when it's at you. That's why.
Because you're the one that I'm most worried about not saying something, not speaking up in the moment, and having something to say about it later. So I just want to make sure that I get buy-in at that point because that's when we're discussing it.
I feel like it doesn't happen in person because in person I often would put my hand like up by my chin and sort of look up as though I'm thinking. But you can't see that on Discord.
Do you want to? You should turn on your camera, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't always have an answer 45 milliseconds after you stop talking. Let me think about it.
Okay, not 45 milliseconds.
It's 45
There was an example
real
today
seconds.
in the meeting where there was something talked about with all of you, and every other person said yes, except you, until someone specifically asked you.
To be honest, if 3 people have said yes, then that's what's happening.
Well, but that's not.
That is true. I mean, majority rules.
That's not how that works. If you need to be at a
agree
thing,
with him for a second there.
If you want your 4th okay, I can throw it in, but it's happening.
I always want the okay from you if you're okay with it, because you're dreaming if you think that it's not going to be a thing where if you don't want to do it or you have a problem with it or whatever, that it's not going to be a thing we have to figure out later. And I don't mind doing that, but it's just that we're in the middle of talking about it then. So I'm trying to just get an answer from you at that point.
if I'm in a dinner party and everybody but you says yes,
Okay.
I'm not going to assume that you're also coming to the dinner party. I can't just put a plate down and be like, well, everyone said yes, it's happening. Gavin's going to be here. It's crazy.
Okay. So it's kind of like an RSVP to a wedding kind of thing.
It's just a basic communication thing, I feel like. I don't get the RSVP.
But you need someone to say yes or no, though, right? If they're invited?
I think if there's an activity and you're expecting a reply by that person.
Yeah, like a wedding?
Sure.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Are you talking about Jack?
So the way I see it working, because it has to be funneled into a game in some way, right? Which means there has to be stakes. So I'm going to take an example. One of Andrew's questions is find out the name of Gavin's first girlfriend, and so then you have to figure out how to get that question answered in the process of recording episode 68 of the podcast or whatever. If Gavin says, "Hey, wait a minute, are you asking a question from the hat?" and he catches you, that's a strike against you. But if he calls a strike and you're like, no, I just was really curious about your first girlfriend's name, then that's a strike against him. So you got to be careful with your strikes.
It's such a good idea to get us back to like a paranoid era that is like you never know where
and
it's
so
coming.
you're asking false flag questions because you want to trip people up.
Yeah.
But you also, you know what I mean? And then so say you get like 2 or 3 questions, everybody pulled, and then the first person to get all 3 answers wins the metagame. And that's what that content is, called Andrew's List. If everybody's okay with that, then Eric can put it on the board.
I'm putting it on the board right now. I feel like we have to have a better name than Andrew's List, because when you said Andrew's List, I didn't remember immediately what it was.
I mean, is it for everyone or just for Andrew?
We talked about having Andrew come up with all the prompts, but it could be Gracie too that does it.
So they're like questions?
Yeah, so it would be, it's you're just trying to, you give everyone a different question to try to get an answer to during during like this recording. And it has to be something that's like a little off the wall, but about someone. Like I think a little bit like personal without being too personal. And we're just trying to get that information for you in that recording, and whoever does it wins.
Without being caught.
Without getting caught. Yeah.
If Andrew asks me how I got started in slow-mo, I'm going to be real suspicious.
But it could also be Gracie's List if Andrew wants to play. It doesn't matter to me. It's just like the genesis. I think the point is just the game.
Right. No, I'm just thinking of trying to think of a better name that's not indicative of one person, because I think that throws it. If it's like
Gracie's
questions from
List.
a hat, you know.
So I'm trying to get a piece of information stated by one of you to another person, essentially. Like I'm trying to prompt an answer. Is that what I'm doing?
You are secretly giving each of us a prompt that we are trying to get the answer to. So for in Jeff's example, say you give me the question of, hey, Eric, I need you to find out the name of Gavin's first girlfriend. So, and we all at that same time,
got it.
You've given the other 3 guys a different thing that maybe doesn't have to do with Gavin. Maybe it's Nick trying to get something from me, or Gavin trying to get something from Jeff, whatever.
The number, my little league number or whatever. Yeah.
So I wasn't got it. I was thinking initially that these were just questions I had about the universe.
See, that's why I think Andrew's List is a tough name for this.
Right. Because Andrew has a lot of questions about the universe.
Yeah,
I do.
And he began making a list with some answers, but mostly questions.
Yes.
That's true.
But would you rather play, Andrew, or do the prompts?
I love doing the prompts.
Andrew's answers are questions, which makes it a little harder.
I was just wondering if the concept of lightning doesn't strike twice was at all related to Benjamin Franklin. Because he's the most famous old person that I can think of that was struck by lightning.
The most famous old person?
Well, he's the oldest known person lightning strike that I'm aware of. I'm not aware of any other like known celebrities or like known figures that were struck by lightning.
My favorite old person celebrity is Ben Franklin.
Well, he's not my favorite. I don't have real. I don't know a lot about the man outside of the key and electricity and all that. But I was just curious if like, oh well, he lived the rest of his life without getting shocked again. Must not happen twice. Where did that come from? Where did lightning doesn't strike twice? Like there must have been something they referenced. Did nobody just know anyone that got struck by lightning twice? Someone must have gotten struck.
So I'm just checking.
Twice.
So is this an episode or no?
It's a question that I was thinking of. I was just giving an example of when I initially heard this idea of what questions I would put out there.
That's one you had. Yeah.
Yeah. These have to be, I think, a little bit more pointed or more directed. So we need to. I think we just need a better name for it. I think that's it.
This sounds like 2 different shows.
Right. What Andrew's talking about is a different thing, and that's why he needed clarification.
I get it now.
Gavin, do you get it now?
Yeah, I just really want to play Andrew's version of Andrew's List.
Okay, I'm sending out. Gavin, you got homework. Who is the first famous person to get shocked by lightning?
But he wasn't old when he got struck by lightning, was he?
No, it wasn't about him being old. It was about the fact that so much time has passed since then.
Oh, so someone from the past is old.
Yes. I mean, like if you look at the existence of the world linearly, he's the first celebrity that I'm aware of that was struck by lightning.
So like Jesus was old, even though he died in his 30s or whatever.
I guess if you put it in the context of average life expectancy at that time, yeah. I wasn't thinking that way.
That's true. I think the average life expectancy was only around 30 back then.
Eric just posted a fantastic suggestion for the game we're not currently playing, but
Yes, the
Regulation
other game that we
Spy.
were talking about. I want to call it Regulation Spy.
I think that's
great.
great.
Okay,
Great
cool.
name.
Cool.
I love it. Okay.
Calling Ben Franklin famous is like blowing my mind. I
Is
don't
he
know
not
why.
famous?
He's pretty
But
good.
no.
He's
He
very
is
famous.
It's just
That
it's
motherfucker's
just
in an Assassin's
calling
Creed.
him like you keep going for like the oldest celebrity, and it's like really spinning my head up. Like I guess I just never considered him a celebrity, but I suppose he
Man's a
is.
celeb.
There was probably gossip about him.
TMZ was back then, he'd be all over it. Him and Einstein, fucking crazy.
Need the Ben Franklin blind items. Okay, so Regulation Spy locked in.
Yep.
We're good. I think that's a thumbs up.
Okay. The next one is this. This is my personal favorite out of all of them.
I think I know what it is. I'm getting ready.
It might be quick, but it's gonna be good. It is the "What number am I thinking of?" draft.
I voted.
I think of a number, and then you have we'd snake draft. You try to guess what number I'm thinking of.
So we have we have what? A 20 in infinite chance of getting this right. A 20 out of infinity.
Somebody will get closest.
Will they?
Yeah, of course. Everybody's got 5 chances.
Meg heard this idea on the boat and just thought it was the dumbest thing she's ever heard. And then she suggested a follow-up draft called What?
It's drafting anything. Just
I really like the idea. I don't know if it needs to be a draft,
What number am I thinking of, Trav?
but I think
Great.
it's really. I think a tournament would be fun.
Okay, I could be into that.
Well, do we have a range, Jeff, of what you're thinking as far as the number goes?
Somewhere
pretty
between
high, right?
1 and infinity.
Yeah, I think it's got to be. Yeah, I think it has to be positive numbers. All are on the table.
Every
Yeah.
number.
But I don't think that high. So, you know, I'm not going in the millions. I'm probably going to be somewhere in the thousands. or
Wait, you're going to
lower.
set a ceiling of infinity and not hit up the millions?
Yeah, it's too much to keep up with. Too many numbers. I'm a simple man.
I think there's a great.
Just because I like a high ceiling doesn't mean I want to touch it.
That's fair. Sometimes you just want to look.
I think that this should reverse in a way where it also becomes a burden to Jeff. I think we all need to be burdened by this. That's why I
All
like
of
the
this
idea
is a
of.
burden to me, Andrew. But okay.
I don't want a scenario where anybody kind of wins. We're doing that thing, and I assume we're going to put a cap on how long it can go. But we're doing the Mile High Club. You can't leave until you complete it. But I assume that it's going to be like, well, within 5 hours or whatever. It's just you lose.
Wait. Why 5 hours?
he's just throwing a number out. It'll be
I
a
just
number we
assume that
determine.
there will be a cap that like there is an end to this, even if you can't beat it.
I think
He's
the
so
end is
offended.
that you end the level.
Well, but I think that there's a huge advantage for some of us that it's not all shared. Like, I think it's unfair to Eric and Nick, who have never tried it. I've done it 2 or 3 times. You and Jeff have both done it. I
Nick's
just
good
don't
at
think that's
games.
fair. Nick and Eric are great at games. It's just I feel, I don't know, bad having a not like end point for them if they can't complete it.
But what if they're like 30 hours in? That's a funny face.
Yeah, but they're not going to be.
Dad, that just becomes a Mr. Beast video at that point.
Nick has kids. Eric is not going to be playing Call of Duty for 30 hours to try to beat it. Like, there will be a natural breaking point for these people. So I think it's better instead of having them have to quit, just have an end and say, hey, this will end after
Like we're up
many
against
hours.
the clock. Like we have to do it in a certain amount of time.
Yes. But anyone else can leave whenever they're done. It's just it creates a scenario in which it's not solely on the person and is like, it isn't understood. You're spending a ridiculous amount of time. Now, maybe you can make the argument that they have to go back and try again, that they can't leave it, but like there's sessions essentially. So if, let's say Nick
Oh, that's
doesn't beat it
interesting.
within 6 hours, then he stops and then we pick it up another time and it's just Nick and he has to do it again and he has 6 more hours to do it and he can't get out of that cycle until he completes it.
What if the show is called Clock Out, but you have to clock in for 10-hour shifts before you clock out?
Fantastic.
10-hour shifts.
I mean,
Oh
what?
my God.
What's the normal workday length?
8?
8. 8 working hours. Yeah. Yeah.
You seem.
Is it?
Wait, why? Why is that? Why is that
Mr. in
unbelievable
Regulation
to you?
Takes wants to take out CEOs is now demanding everyone has a 10-hour workday.
I don't demand anything. I used to work. I guess like Waitrose and film sets were much longer than that.
That's
yeah,
fair.
film sets are way longer than that. Absolutely.
But 8 is, I think, the traditional. I think 8 hours is
supermarket, I did
fair with a
11.
lunch. You can take a lunch.
You did 11 hours at a grocery store?
Yeah, but 1 hour was lunch. But it'd be 10 paid. Yeah, that was bullshit. Why did I do that?
I don't know. You're the one who just gave it to us. That's
I just
wild.
thought that was the standard length of a workday.
I think maybe like manual labor. I think if we were like day labor guys, we might do 10.
I'll do 10.
Contract.
Yeah,
I would do 10. I could do 10.
I can do 10 right now.
Here's the
Jeff
thing.
is ready to clock
the
in for
3 of
10.
us that are all feeling good about 10 also are 100% confident we're not
Yeah.
spending 10 hours doing it.
No, yeah, you're definitely not going the full 10.
Oh, I don't feel very confident in my abilities whatsoever. I felt that was a nightmare that I drugged myself along, and I was way younger and had better hand-eye coordination then.
I was in my 20s and it took forever.
Let's lock in an hour then right now. I'm happy with whatever you guys want to set.
I just think this new mature Andrew is coming out of nowhere, and I love it. He's like putting an end on the bit. I love this.
Oh, we need it just is like it needs to have an end. And then this will circle back into the number thing, but let's just lock in the hour length for this Mile High Club video that we're going to do. How many hours?
Well, here,
do you guys
let's
wanna
split
do?
the difference. Let's say 9.
What about 9 and 1 is lunch?
9 and 1
Yeah.
is lunch, I think.
Yeah,
is right.
9 and 1
Okay.
is lunch is good. We
Okay.
can all go to Carl's Jr., eat some famous stars, and come back or whatever.
I got to go get some Mountain Dew in me. I need that
Yeah.
fuel. I need to get over
Absolutely.
the edge.
That's what it was. working
Okay,
at
so
Target,
9
100%.
hours instead of and 1 hour for lunch.
Mhm.
What if we put Jeff your pick a number thing in that format as well, and you have a number, and we have to
What?
try to get it within that, and it's not until it's said we can't stop. We
Who
leave
is
the 9
going
hours.
to listen? Who will listen to this? Who will listen to just 4 men guessing numbers?
I think the longer it gets, the more interesting it becomes.
Oh my
Yeah, we'll live stream this. This is a good one.
I don't think anyone will be like, I listened to all 9 hours, but
Okay.
I think most people will be like, well, this went for 9 hours. I got to see what's going on with
What
this.
Jeff just said, I'm into. If we live stream it instead of recording it, has lower stakes to me.
Okay.
Where that's way less interesting to do it as a recorded thing. If we live stream it, that's crazy, and I love it.
Well, then that sort of leads to my second question, but it becomes a little bit complicated with gameplay, I guess, multiple perspectives. Are all of these streamed things that we do? 9
I don't
hours?
see why not. I mean, if we can get our
it's-
live switched stream or like split screen setup.
Yeah, I think it should be certainly be something to aspire to.
I think it theoretically gets easier as people have to drop out, but I know if we have switchers, that would have to be a thing that like Nick operates or something that could be distracting and unfair.
We could get somebody else to come in and
Yeah.
punch it. I bet. Like I got a buddy
Okay.
who'd come and do it. He doesn't.
Okay.
care. He
Well,
doesn't
as
give a
long
shit.
as we
My
have
friend-
somebody that
my
can
friend
do
Robbie
that.
will hit buttons monkey style. He doesn't give a shit.
I mean, a split screen would also work if we did like a 4K stream or something.
Sure, but it's going to be 5 perspectives. Do you think that would fit well? Like, what does that?
You'll be done. You'll be done within like 7 minutes, and then it'll be full
Yeah,
for
you're
like-
gonna. Andrew's gonna have it in 30 minutes. Gavin will do it in 2.5 hours. I'll do it in 6.5 hours, and I have no idea about the other two.
Okay, so we're gonna call. Let me just get this one down. What
Okay.
number am I thinking of live stream? We're saying green light. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that is what number am I thinking of live stream? And then the description is guess the number. That's it. That's the whole
I
thing.
think it's going to be so funny if, let's say, we spend an hour doing this and then somebody says like 72 and the chat just goes, you've said that 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
You've already said 72 6 times. It's not 72.
I've already started looking at or trying to find like a big number sheet that we can like tick off the numbers. So like visually, like there's something that we
yeah.
can like look at so you can scroll through. You know what I mean? Like, you have to just a shared list that we can all like scroll to and eliminate or whatever. So I'm into that. Nick, how hard do you think it would be to get us multi-stream ready in this office? Is that out of your wheelhouse?
That's not quite what I've done before, but I'll bet you I could figure it out.
So a little bit.
A while.
It's gonna take a little bit. That's okay.
I'm fine with it too. I don't want to put it on you. You were just the guy that I leaned on there.
If you know anybody that you would feel comfortable contracting to come in and help us set it up, Nick, I think we'd all
I got
be
just the guy.
happy to that. Okay, great.
What if we put
Shane or Lindblad?
what if we got splitters, HDMI splitters, right? And coming out of our capture devices, we would split to our monitor and split one off to Nick, who has like a quad capture card or something.
Yeah, it would be this other computer over here. Yeah, that's all a doable thing. I don't know how to do it. And so like that, what you just said makes me go, hell yeah. I have no idea. I've never done that.
We could also theoretically use vMix again for it.
Yeah, because we need to like live stream it or whatever. So like,
Ugh.
And then we could just program it to like a Stream Deck or something to live switch.
Gavin was less into that idea.
No,
But
I
he
just
doesn't like vMix.
I just heard vMix and I just got. It's like when you hear Animal Crossing, I just think of COVID and I'm just like, ugh, yucky time.
a lot of vMix.
If what you're talking about is a doable thing, Gavin, then yeah, let's just, then we can do it. I don't know that that's a doable, like,
I'm gonna throw
That's-
something out.
out of my
That-
wheelhouse too.
I have no idea how any of this works, so I'm just throwing it out. Complete ignorance. If we all shared our gameplay to Discord, and there
Uh-huh.
were sources for it in the same way that I did with Mafia, would there be a way to just easily toggle between like the sources in OBS of whose video is playing?
You'd have to manually switch it in Discord, I think.
Yeah, and we're
okay.
looking at a lower
Got
resolution for 5 instead of a lower resolution likely for 1.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, whenever we try and do that, all of our audio is all on top of everything.
That's
Yeah.
true too.
Yeah.
The upside to the vMix thing is we can still all do our own individual audio, and then we'd also be able to all 5 of us would be able to stream our video, and then we just have a sync point for it so that we're all in sync. So it'd just be a matter of figuring out how to set that up on that computer.
Yeah,
in the
we can
office.
talk to a couple people we used to work with and see if it's something we can
Yeah,
do.
I got just to do
that
mine.
is
Perfect.
just so everyone listening to this is aware of. That is just outside of our wheelhouse of
Just
what
a
we
bit.
know how to do.
So maybe we do the numbers as the first one, and then Call of Duty after that.
Sure.
Can I just on the record just thumbs down the numbers thing?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've also given a thumbs down to the numbers thing.
Oh,
I'm a thumbs
So
up.
that's 2.
and everyone else is thumbsing up.
Yeah, I think we're all thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I mean, Gavin, I'm with you. Absolutely, thumbs down. I put it in the chat as soon as he started talking about it.
You said you liked it as soon as I introduced the live stream element.
Yeah.
It makes me on board with it and makes it worth our time, probably.
That sounds like
No,
a thumb
that's
pointing
definitely not a
towards-
thumbs up.
towards
No,
Jesus.
if you were to ask me thumbs up, thumbs down on it, I'd still be thumbs down.
Wow.
If
Yeah.
Eric's thumbs down, I'm thumbs up.
There you go.
there we go.
You got 4 against 1.
I
All right,
love it.
what's the next one, Jeff?
Next one I have written down is this would be require us all to be in the same room or at least have webcams. This is the I Spy draft. I can't remember whose idea that was, but I don't think it was mine. I Spy.
Yeah, Gavin gave it a thumbs up.
I Spy with my little eye, something red, and then everybody, I Spy draft.
Is it? I mean, this is just the same idea as the numbers thing, essentially, right?
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was built off of the idea.
I think it probably was.
the number,
I think
Yeah,
we just
the
said that's
numbers
a
was
terrible
said, and then
idea.
I Spy was pitched.
Yeah,
Except
yeah.
I Spy is very
I think it
finite.
was. Yeah, the idea is bad. The idea is bad, and then somebody else went, "Yeah, you think that's a bad idea? Check this one out." And I think that's
I
just
feel
sort of
like
how
it might
went.
have been Meg's idea, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know if we'd be comfortable with this. But maybe it's an office. Maybe it's a cam, like an in-office cam, is the perspective that you're pulling the I Spy from, and maybe it's a stream, and maybe it's the audience that has to figure out what we're spying. Maybe they're the ones making guesses.
You're gonna see words fly on the screen like you've never seen before.
I love it. Let's put a pin.
I
in
don't
that.
know if there is a way to do it, but there might be a way to, like, in Twitch, have a certain word be like toggleable.
True.
So if somebody puts it in, it like highlights.
Like instead of a banned word, it's like the word.
Yeah, or maybe we make the word banned or I don't know. There's probably something you can do in the back end to make it so like it is a noticeable event if somebody types in what the correct spy item is.
So it's us at the office
Yes.
with a camera that is like wide, showing like the whole space, and then say Gavin goes, okay, I spy with my little eye something that's green, and then we're all giving the chat time to guess at whatever could be in that room that they can see that's green, and then they're helping us guess.
Is that how you play it with colors?
No, I mean, yeah, I think so. Is that not how you play?
Typically, it's colors.
Oh,
It could be colors.
What
It
have
could
you
be
done?
like something small, or
I've
just some
never.
I've only ever
Done
played
it that
something
way.
beginning with the letter.
Oh,
I've
I've heard that.
never
I mean,
played
these
that.
are all valid
All valid.
things that you could do.
Totally. Just not what I think of when I think of I Spy.
or like something round or something. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So
we
So
usually
is that-
start with color in my family, though.
we want to try I Spy.
Let's investigate I Spy with the community, like with the Falcons or something.
Office video.
What if we did instead of Twitch plays Pokemon, it could be Twitch controls Andrew and we play hide and seek.
If that's a doable thing, I think it's a
I
good
don't
idea.
know how that would work with the Dillbot.
You just have to read chat and go where they want.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Okay.
meant give them controls of Dillbot. That's totally fine.
That sounds way too hard for us to figure out.
Yeah,
I think it
absolutely. That's
should
why I
be
was like,
you
I don't
arguing
know.
with chat, and we're hidden in different places around the office.
Okay. I think that's a fun thing. Circling back on the I Spy idea, maybe it's something where if they figure out, like they have an hour to figure out all of our stuff, and if they get it right, then we have to stay there for like 7 hours or 8 or whatever the time is.
What?
Maybe it's like a win-lose. Like if they get all of the thing, like we all pick an item that is within the frame of the thing, right? So we all have our thing. If they get all of ours, then we're stuck there for the remainder of that work shift or whatever.
And what are
Putting
we
it
doing?
in that endurance. I don't know. We're just stuck. We're stuck there.
Playing
If
pinball.
they fail, it gives them a win-lose scenario. If they fail at finding our 5 things, then the stream's over in an hour.
I mean, I like the idea of some high stakes.
Just throwing it out there. I mean, we could thumbs down on that idea. That's the point of this. I was just trying to think of stakes.
I think there's something here. I think we just maybe need to cook on it a little bit longer.
What if they win? We have to spin the wheel of.
What's the wheel of
That was
Yeah.
like the tough video game tasks. That's why I'm playing Limbo.
Oh, right.
You should probably I think you should probably beat Limbo first.
Yeah, when are you going to do that?
Yeah, I think if they find all of our stuff, you have to start playing Limbo.
Every time I bring up the wheel of,
Yeah, I
it
just don't know
comes
why you
back on
keep
me.
doing it.
Well, you could just be quiet and it would go away.
You just need to beat Limbo, and then you can bring it up, and it.
Andrew's wheel of looks Gavin's wheel of looks suspiciously like a boomerang.
Yeah. Do you want me to yellow light that one then?
Yeah, yellow light it.
Got
Yeah,
it.
yellow light.
It's
Got
piss light. Yeah.
What about chatbot? Jesus Christ! Chat controls hide and seek Dillbot.
I think that's fun. I think
I
that
think
could
it's
be
fun.
like a supplemental type video.
Yeah, we
almost.
green light
definitely.
that.
Okay, green light.
Okay,
Got it.
Moving on to the next because we still got to get through these fucking things, and we're oh my god, we're already 30 minutes in. This one, all right. This one was a little convoluted. There's 50 slots in this one. Okay, we each maintain control of 10 slots. It's a big mega food draft. We then everybody drafts 10 meals into those 50 slots. Those 50 slots correspond to 50 Sundays throughout the year with Christmas and Thanksgiving off. And then we all have to eat that food on that Sunday for an entire year.
I had an
Sunday Supper Club.
I love the idea so much. I had a similar type thing, and I don't know if you guys will be able to solve the problem I had with this premise of I wanted to do a thing before where everybody would submit a bunch of foods that they like into something that could automated message us, but we have no idea when it will message or what it will message. It just has a list of foods that it could pull from. And whenever it goes out, you have to get that food that day, no matter what's going on.
So it could, in the middle of a Wednesday at 11 a.m., it could just say eggs.
Yes, and then you have to go get eggs that day. You have to eat an egg dish that day.
I think that's a great idea on its own. But if we were to combine these ideas, I would think it would be we pick the 50 meals. It goes into a random thing. We hit the button every Monday and it tells us what we're all going to have to eat on Sunday. And so we can't know more than a week in advance.
So we have a week to get in all the ingredients.
Yeah. And figure out how we're going to, yeah.
Or like figure out where to
Or
go.
figure out where to go to eat it. Yeah.
A year's a shitload of time.
It's a shitload of time. It lasts forever. It also forces, I think it gets funny when you're on vacation. And you're like, how the fuck do I find a beef Wellington in Thailand? I don't, you know.
Maybe could we do a trial run where it's like we do like Food February or something, and it's every Sunday of February?
How about Eattober?
Eattober's good. I like Eattober.
So for the month of October, we everybody puts one into the random number or the random food generator. We'll have 5, so one won't get used probably, and then we'll spit them out.
Are there 4 Sundays in October? I'm assuming.
What's the next month with 5 Sundays?
Well, I think we could do a 4 Sunday month, but then spin the wheel of and see who gets fucked and doesn't get to pick a meal.
November's the next.
Or we could do
November's the next 5 Sunday.
I do think it's funny if one of us doesn't have any say in their Sunday meal for a whole month.
I think that's great.
I mean, November's coming up though.
Yeah, November's tough though because it's also the holiday, so you're gonna be dealing with like Thanksgiving dinner and stuff.
I think Foodtober's the way, and just one of us, we spin a wheel, and whoever it lands on doesn't get to make a pick for that month.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah, Eattober. Let's do it.
Eattober.
Okay, what am I writing down? You went in so like I get the concept. I'm making everyone restate what the concept is, so that way we're all on the same page, and I'm writing the thing down that we can refer back to.
So you just want us to restate the concept to you?
Correct. So I can write it down, so that way when we go, what the fuck was Eattober?
I'm on top of it. Okay, all right. So at some point in the month of August or September, we are going to have a supplemental video where we sit down and we each submit a meal. The 5 of us submit a Sunday meal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 1-round draft or 1-round supplemental. Then we determine via wheel, one of us sitting out, or we spin them all on the wheel, and whichever one, we pull them off as they get selected, and then we build out the October Sunday meal list, and then we adhere to it.
Love it.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Eattober.
At some point in August or September, we're going to have a supplemental video where we all submit a Sunday meal. We determine via the wheel that someone sits out. We adhere to the Sunday October meal list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What meal of the day is it, or can it be any?
I think it can be any.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. I already have my meal, which means I'm not going to be able to pick one. That's how the universe works.
Okay, Eattober as a trial run, at least, is on the board. So we got it. Eattober.
Okay. Moving on. Oh, this one is already on the books. It's the top 20, and the order of the draft is the ranking.
I can't wait to do this.
We're recording this on Friday.
Yeah, I was going to say, when this comes out, we'll actually be recording that.
We're probably recording it now if you're listening to this.
Yeah, unless you're listening to it later, then we already did it. How'd we do?
Do you want to explain it, Jeff?
Yeah. So the idea is it's a draft with 20 slots like our normal drafts have, snake draft style. We each get to pick 4 items, I'm sorry. And no, is it 5 items? How many items do we pick?
4.
Boy.
4. Yeah, we each pick 4 items. Sorry. And what we're picking we're populating the 20 greatest video games of all time, numbered 1 to 20. Number 1 being the greatest video game of all time. Number 20 being the 20th greatest video game of all time. However, where you end up randomly in the draft determines where on that list you pick. So if I end up picking 3rd on the draft list, I am drafting the third best video game of all time. There is no discussion or debate. It is my slot to fill. So you might disagree vehemently with me putting Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise as the third best video game of all time. But it doesn't fucking matter because it's my slot. And through that process, we will determine the 20 best video games of all time, ranked in an order that will make 0 people on the planet Earth happy.
So you're not going to be considerate of the list. You're just going to put whatever you feel like in your slot.
I'm going to be honest to the truth of me.
Because like I really like Halo 1, but I couldn't put that as number 1.
Well, then don't.
Well, I know.
Actually, I had in the process of this list, I had this thought, and I came to the conclusion that if you were going to play any Halo game right now, Halo Infinite's the best Halo game. I think if you were deeming what the best one is, it's Halo Infinite. But most people would not say because you factoring in impact and the time in which it was released. But if you're evaluating it purely on what is the most entertaining Halo game to play right now, it is Infinite.
And if that's your best video game of all time, Gavin, go ahead and put Halo Infinite as number 1 if that's the slot you pull.
But would you rather play Infinite than Halo 3?
Yes. Halo 3 is so slow. I didn't feel that way at the time Halo 3 came out. But to go back to Halo 3 now, it is such a sluggish game.
Oh, I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, it's so bad. In my opinion, obviously. I'm not, I'm glad you like it.
And
but
these are the kind of disagreements you can expect when you watch the 20 greatest video games of all time as ranked draft. It's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I already have thoughts of other content that can jump off of that, which I'm excited to see play out.
Yeah, the format works for anything that you can rank.
Yeah, I meant like even outside of that format, that there are content ideas that could spring from this.
Oh, yeah,
in
the
other
format
ways.
works even outside of the format. It's the best.
I have an idea of a game that Gavin might pick, and I don't think I've ever played that game. So it could be a thing of like, I think you're crazy. Let's play this game.
Is it Oddworld Gabe's Odyssey?
It is awesome. He loves it.
Gabe's Odyssey.
Gabe's Odyssey.
I would bet that Gav would put that in his top 20.
Oh, I'm right there with you, buddy. That's why I knew instantly what game it was the second you said it.
Oh, look, there's Gabe, there's the Gligs, there's Glollock the Glucken.
That is not what I was thinking, but you're totally right, and it still applies. I never played any of those games.
Oh, I love Abe.
I love Gabe.
Oh, Christ.
That's going to be fun. I'm so excited to do more. I've already made a list of movies, TV shows, and games. I'm very excited about the idea.
I only have one more on my list, but I'd like to hear if Eric has any others, because I know we were keeping independent lists that day, and I feel like I might have forgotten one or two. So he might have be able to fill in if I did forget something. But the last thing on my list from that day is the song is a location draft, which I don't think the name does it justice. Basically, it is a draft of songs where the title of the song is a location, like Detroit, Rock City, or Galveston.
Oh, it has to be in the title, not in the lyrics.
In the title, yeah.
In the title.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I think it's a great one.
New York, New York. I left my heart in San Francisco, etc., etc. Garden Grove by Sublime.
Yeah. I got my number 1 pick already. I'm locked in.
Wow.
I think it's a fun draft.
I think that's an easy one. No brainer.
That's an easy yep.
Yeah. Eric, was there anything else from that day?
Looking at some of the other stuff that we've left on the board that we talked about but haven't gotten circled back around to here. Gavin's 2025 threat.
My what?
This is why I ask you guys to repeat a description sometimes.
You made a threat. I don't remember what caused it, but you're like, this is a threat. Something's going to happen. And that was it. That was
I vaguely remember
like
that. Yeah.
You dropped the threat down, and then we're like, well, "What are you gonna do?" And you're like, "Oh no!" And it was very clear that you didn't know what you were gonna do. You just said it.
So I
But
never
think
announced
that
the
it's-
threat.
No,
You announced that
you announced
we
that
were
there was a
threatened.
threat. I think it was towards Nick. I feel like it was a threat towards Nick, but I don't remember clearly. But I do remember I went like, "Am I putting this on like in like the idea bank?" And I think Jeff said yes. Yeah,
It was towards everyone except me initially, and then he added me.
Okay.
I feel like everyone remembers this better than I do.
You better go back and listen to some old podcasts.
Yep.
And it was on the podcast.
I don't think it was on
Yes.
a podcast.
No, I think it was like the end of an episode.
You've got a
Was
score
it?
to settle with this.
I
You
think
just got to
so.
figure out what it is.
It was. I think it was a between recording thing, and I think it was you. You just like it was so unlike you. You're like, get ready for a threat.
Mhm.
Something's gonna happen.
Oh man, I wish I remembered that. Shit, that sounds good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's one idea. Another one that we had that we haven't gotten back around to, and it's something that I wonder if we want to talk about here. If not, cut this out. Whatever. 3D Ultra Mini Golf Marathon stream. We talked about doing some streaming stuff. Trying to figure out like what else we can do on Twitch, and we've had a lot of conversations about like where it can live and what we can do and whatever. And something that was brought up was a 3D Ultra Mini Golf Marathon stream where like one hole is however many subs or something like that. So I wonder if that's something that we still want to explore. It doesn't have to be now that we have to explore it, but something that we can talk about if that's something we want to explore in streaming in general.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. I think that would be a great like yearly event type thing, like how there is like the PGA Open or whatever. Like there's specific doing like a yearly golf tournament. I think is fun.
Have you ever played in your childhood, like during summer break or anything? Did you ever play like Rummy 500 with your friends or like, I don't know, a sibling, or Rummy 1000, where you would keep score over a series of maybe 20 hands of Rummy and it could take days, but you'd keep
No.
coming back to it?
No.
I used to do that with when I was a kid a lot. I played a lot of Rummy, and so we'd play like Rummy 1000, and you get like 60 points in a round, but you'd keep the score, and you'd always come back and it'd be like, "Where are we at today?" And it'd be like, "It's 350 to 268," and you'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get to 500 for you." And one game of Rummy could last like 2 weeks through your summer, like if I was hanging out.
What if we do golf forever and we just have to permanently keep
Right,
score of our golf holage
that's-
across all games forever?
Yeah, I think that's what Jeff's driving at. I do like
100%.
that idea.
100% what I'm driving at is, what if there's a master golf score that we're keeping up with that matters and that we track somewhere, and anytime we play golf with friends, 3D Ultra Mini Golf, whatever, it gets entered into the overall master score.
I like it.
Love it.
Call it like mini golf major, like something like that.
Yeah,
that is-
yeah. That's a great idea.
Is it a thing where like it's a grand tour idea and we have to compile all the golf games ahead of time and we make sure we hit all of them?
And then maybe there's like the Masters, I guess, at the end of the year that we compete in, where
I
for
like
the
that a
green
lot.
jacket or whatever.
I just want to make sure we hit, because I don't think we have a natural enough golf cadence necessarily
Yeah.
for
No,
like
not at all.
the scale that I'd want. So I think we should probably compile a bunch of golf games we could play. I'm looking up right now in the store. I know they just released a collection of all the Golden Tee games. I wonder if
I did
those
see
have
that. I did see that.
We
online
going to a
multiplayer.
bar? Jesus Christ.
No, on
Oh,
Xbox.
wow,
You can play Golden Tee on Xbox now.
It's like
Wow.
8. Well, they put together like 8 Golden Tee games, including like the bowling one they did. Golden Tee Arcade Classics. Does this have online multiplayer?
That's crazy.
I guess what he doesn't even need to be online. We could just all play simultaneously,
Mhm.
theoretically. Yeah, it's just local. It's local multiplayer, so you guys could play 2 to 4.
That's crazy.
Should we do it where once a year we look at who's at the top and who's at the bottom, and there's like a prize for the winner and a penalty for the loser?
Yeah, green jacket for the winner for sure, and then the loser
Boots for the loser.
Maybe we have to all get. Maybe we just go get lunch at a golf course.
Green jacket, red boots.
Maybe is it? We could do a Golden Tee tournament because there's enough games, and whoever wins gets a Golden Tee.
Maybe it can be a face-off thing.
And Golden Tee 3D Golf, Golden Tee 97, Golden Tee 98, Golden Tee 99, Golden Tee 2K, and Golden Tee Classic.
Wow.
Wow.
In
All the
addition to
best.
all the other golf games on Earth. I do think there's something here to us doing a golf tournament. I love the idea of
Yes.
green jacket, red boots. I love the idea of a master golf score. I love the idea of it all working together towards some greater goal. I think that we can, this is another one that we can put a little bit of time crafting, and I think it could be something really big. And I like these overarching ideas that last for a year or more potentially. And so I think that we should really put some time into making sure that this would getting the most out of this, because this is a fucking great idea.
I really like the idea of eventually having a website where people can just check the current stats on something.
Yeah.
And that'd
Me
be a
too.
great one for it, along with hamburgers and other stuff that we got going.
Okay, so I think that's a good idea. Bird Not Bird Draft was another one that we had
great
talked
idea.
about.
Love it.
Things that are birds but not birds. And then whole loaf of bread sandwich.
That's just yeah.
Yeah. So those are things that we talked about recently that we need to revisit and think of. I have an idea that I wanted to kick around a little bit and just kind of see what you guys think. And kind of what the audience thinks also, but I'm more curious about just sort of like your feelings on it. I brought it up to Jeff, I think like the other day. And so I felt like the Sausage Talk was a good environment for it, where I listened to a podcast called Freedom that has a new episode every week. And something they started doing probably like a year or two ago is they have a thing on their RSS feed, a regular RSS feed, that they just title 3 Visiting. And they just put up an old episode. They don't do anything to it. They don't like, hey, here we are presenting this thing. It is just a re-upload of that old episode. And I find myself listening to every single one of those old episodes. Is that something that we maybe want to try? Because I feel like a lot of people go back and like re-listen to this podcast. And I wonder if putting up old face episodes doesn't even have to be, it could be in order. It could be ones that we just want to put out or whatever. The same RSS feed. So if our episode comes out Wednesday, maybe it's a Friday thing where you know, an old face episode goes out on Friday or Sunday or something like that. So we have
like a syndication slot?
Yeah, it's just an old episode of face, because there's a lot. If you wanted to go back and listen to 66, like episode 66 of face, like the old show, you got to scroll for like a really long time. And I'm not saying this solves that problem, but I am saying that I think it's a fun way to reintroduce a back catalog that is a lot of fun to listen to, that I never would go back and listen to this podcast if they didn't present it to me, and I listened to every single one.
I just worry about that being annoying for people who are listening and they want, you know, one episode to end and the next episode to play, but suddenly it's jumped back 4 years.
I don't consume stuff like that, so it never occurred to me that that's the way that people listen to this stuff. But I don't know. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on this thing.
I love the idea of highlighting old content in that way. I think it's a really cool idea. My only concern would be the war of the worlds of it, where I would hate for people to get confused if they didn't understand what was going on and suddenly like lose themselves. And we're talking about 2022 stuff, and they feel like disconnected from the podcast for a second. I would hate for that to happen. But if it was clearly messaged, I don't think I have an issue with it. I'd love to hear the audience's feedback on this one, which is, you know, part of why we do these sausage talks, to poll them directly as well, because I do think some way to highlight the older episodes, especially the first like 60 or so, which aren't on, I guess they are on YouTube now because of the compilations we've been doing. But yeah, they were a little less easy to find, I guess.
I think we have a mechanism that makes a lot of sense to do this easily, and maybe we could do something fun with it where we have a time machine. Maybe somebody is going back through time and ending up in these episodes. And that is at the beginning of all of these old episodes that are being brought forward is a little time machine
there's a little
segment.
time machine skip.
And maybe there's a little bit of like an overarching thing with that.
I do like that.
Yeah, I like the time machine. I like regulation syndication.
Yeah, so like I just dropped an image of like what it looks like in their RSS feed that makes sense to me, where here's 3 Visiting. So you know it's an old one. And then here's the new one, and then the old one, and then the new one. I understand what you're saying about confusion. I've never once been confused. I go back and listen to all of these. Like they just put a new one out, and I listen to it again. I've never once been confused.
You're just so smart, though.
Yeah, you know me, big brain over here. I think that it's so much fun to listen to like the old ones, and not even a way like, oh my God, can you believe they said that back then? It's just like, it's more of the thing that I like in a way that I wouldn't have revisited in any other way, shape, or form.
I think It'd be really fun to do as like a 4-episode, maybe test and see like how the audience reacts to it, and do a time machine thing.
Do you sort of an Eattober type thing with it? Test it out?
Yeah, do a
Yeah,
trial
I
run,
like
see
I
what
like
the
that
feedback
idea.
is.
Because it's one of those things where, like, if the audience likes it more than the audience hates it, we should do it, right?
Absolutely. And I don't think would it be that hard to do like a 2-minute time machine edition before those recordings thing, but played before the episode for the upload?
Speaking for Nick and Eric, I say no, it's not hard at all.
2 minutes is pretty long.
They can do
Wow.
it. They're talented.
Would it be the same thing for every two?
No,
Would it be
I
the
think
same?
each one has a different thing.
Okay.
I think there's a narrative of the time machine, and like you keep whoever could be different people, different parts, but
And maybe we could like do summaries of what we talk about on that one or something.
that doesn't even necessarily need to be summaries. It could just be a ridiculous thing.
What would we be talking about? Just saying that it's old.
You could be
Yeah.
like, attention regulation listeners, it's your old pal buddy Jeff, and I'm surfing the slipstream today, and I've wound up on the release date of October 3rd, 2021, and face episode 67, and I can't stay, but I'm going to leave it here for you. Enjoy this look into the past.
I just think I think adding something to the beginning is just like, it's overthinking what can be a very easy, like,
I think this show is overthinking.
is a very easy like lever to pull or whatever. And I don't want to add anything to like Nick's plate that needs to be more difficult. But if you guys are into it and you want to try it, that's fine. I want to know what the audience thinks. Like, I know there are a lot of people who go back and like listen to this stuff, and I don't want to confuse the audience with something that's coming out on the same RSS feed or whatever. This is just a thing that I've enjoyed from a podcast that I listened to that I wanted to bring here and see if there was any interest in doing it. I'm fine if you guys want to record something. If we want to record something for like the beginning and give it a shot, I'm totally into that.
I'm definitely interested in this idea. I thought it was a great idea when you brought it up, and I still think it's a great idea.
It is interesting. I think looking at the feed too, we have a lot of episodes that go back to back sometimes where we don't have weeks where we have supplemental content that has an audio component to it. But when we have a lot of those in a row, like for instance, this past week, for when we put this out, we had Regulation Takes and the interview with Sheen. And those were back to back as supplementals plus then an episode. And then you get one of these in between that can add a lot of things into the feed. So that would be my only concern with keeping it
Clean.
like a consistent kind of clean. Yeah, exactly.
Well, clearly we're already not keeping it clean.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, even adding that then is just one more additional thing. It might be easier to denote with like a piece of artwork or something to go with like meta.
Audience, you got to let us know. This is one of those times where we definitely want to hear from you and want to hear your take on it.
Yeah, I'm interested in what they say. I
am
also
too.
worry. Like, is it like a thing that's good at some points, but maybe if something changes with the system, it's bad? Like if everyone was skipping these, does it affect discoverability, or is there no like algorithm like that?
I don't know.
That's an interesting question.
I bet there's
I hadn't thought about that.
No.
Like the
hadn't
algorithm
either.
part of it.
Yeah, I just worry that it's like something we try now, and then 2 years down the line, they're like, oh, if you have a lot of people skipping your episodes, we won't show them to them, and then it's like, oh, we've screwed ourselves 2 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if there's any system like that in place for podcasts or Spotify or Apple or anything.
Okay, so I mean, we'll leave it to the audience and see what they think about it. But I'm fine with trying the time machine thing too. Like if people are like into it or whatever. And yeah, we can see if it's something that we want to explore. I kind of feel like no one way or the other about it, other than what I just brought up. So I'm into doing it or not doing it. Like if it falls through, then I truly have no hard feelings about it whatsoever.
That's a really cool idea that I would have thought of. So
I'm definitely into
I
doing
think
it
it's fun.
personally. Was there anything else, Eric?
Looking at the list, I don't think so. There is a 1 grain of rice cook-off, but I'll leave that to you. I vote thumbs down, but that's just me personally.
Well,
Put it in the
Down
barrel.
with thumbs down.
one grain
there you
of rice.
Yeah, put it in the barrel.
There you go.
I have such a list over here of stuff for the barrel.
I can't wait to get the barrel going.
Like smash dogs, terminal velocity drop burger. Like
Oh yeah.
there's so much.
Okay, then I think that's it in terms of ideas or anything like that of what we hadn't talked about or hadn't talked about. Anything else you guys want to cover? I know we have questions, but anything else you guys want to cover before we get into that?
I've got a thing that I want to bring up right before questions. I thought it'd be a good idea for this sausage talk if I picked my favorite comment from the last few episodes, or since the last sausage talk. This was from Patreon, because that's really the only place I look at them. And someone in response to me asking if there's a hot popsicle, like a soup, someone responded, and I wish I'd written down the name, but I didn't. Someone wrote, "Hotsicle is just sucking dick, bruh." And that, to me, that was my favorite recent comment from one of the comment leavers.
Well, right on, man. Thanks, guys, and that's Gavin's comment moment. Write in your comments on Patreon, and maybe Gavin will pick one for the next sausage talk.
Comment of the quarter.
But
Gavin's quarterly comment.
yep.
Can we get a sausage count for Gavin for this?
One thing we should talk about briefly, because it was a big deal and it just happened, before we get into questions, is merchandise. We just had the Gerpler sale, and I think by all accounts it went swimmingly. We ordered 10,000 Gerplers. It was a well-publicized number. We sold through them in the 12 to 14 hour range, I think, which feels pretty good in comparison to where we've been in the past. You know, be nice to have a few on the shelves still for for stragglers, but basically, if you logged into our store on Friday, you got a Gerpler, and I feel really good about that.
Yeah, that's great.
We have begun work on the next Gerpler. Look for it to be out in the fall. It's, think October, November, somewhere around there, I would assume. We're very early stages on it. It will not be the same Gerpler. We tend to not revisit the same ideas when we Gerp. In addition to that, the patches are going swimmingly. I think the next drop that comes out will be our hat patch combo, and then we need to get to work. We have a pigeon patch coming. We need to get to work on the next 3-pack that we'll have out soon. The audience seems to really like those 3-packs, so we'll probably increase the numbers of those, and we're going to dramatically increase the quantity of Kuzlers, and I think the Kuzler will just become a part and parcel with the Gerpler. Whenever we release a Gerpler, we'll release a Kuzler alongside it. I at least we haven't discussed that, but I get the feeling that's the way things are headed, right?
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
Yeah, the demand is definitely there.
Absolutely.
And are we fine sticking with the number of GURPS? Like, you're happy with 12 hours of sale based on that?
Yeah.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's a great number.
Until I see the next Gerpler, it's hard to say, because honestly, I bumped the number in my head up a little bit just based on how cool the Cosmic Gerpler looked, And I think it's by far the best looking thing we've ever done. And if I'll just have to see what the next one looks like. But yeah, I think that number we could go up a little bit and see, but
Yeah. No, I will. I think get even more data with the next drop, and I think every drop has been super informative in making sure that we can make it the best experience possible for the audience. Which is
absolutely.
And the frustration in the audience is trending down with every GURP, which is great.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of frustration.
No,
I only saw a few of people who were working the whole day.
Or people who are like, I didn't bother looking because I didn't think it'd be available, and now I'm kicking myself. I saw 3 of those, which suck. But
yeah, I'm excited for the next GURP. It's going to be, from what I've seen, pretty great.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's got some big GURPs to GURP. That previous GURPler was pretty special.
It does have some big GURPs to GURP. Shall we move into questions? Does anyone else have anything that they like to bring up?
No, let's do it.
Okay, let's go into questions. This is immediately my fault. Jake Matthew asks, where are the rest of the Ratatouille videos? That's on me. Eric's been wanting to Ratatouille. I needed to rearrange my desk. We're going to get on that. I have my 360 set up because we did that thing, and I'm excited. I had to do
Christ.
I said, and then I processed in my head that is not out yet. That pause was me scheduling in my head. When does this come out in relation to that? That's definitely not out yet. We did a 360 thing, so I'm ready to go in Ratatouille. There will be more Ratatouille in your life soon enough. Eric's been asking for it. I want to do it.
I just want to get it done. I want to finish achievement hunting in that game.
Next question. No use for name. What are some projects you're most excited about but are most worried about at the same time? Or projects y'all just have to keep pushing due to timing or scheduling or whatever? For me, it's Face Off Season 2.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. We just need to get everybody rounded up for scheduling that. Summer has been a pretty hectic time for organizing things.
Are we waiting on anything specifically for that?
It's the fucking boots is what we're waiting on. We need to have
gotta do
Nick
the boots.
fulfill his
We need to
punishment from
pay off.
season 1 before we can release season 2. And it's just been hard to pay that off. But the payoff is coming. We just essentially scheduled it. I don't want to give it away, but the payoff is coming. It's on the calendar. So I'm right there with you, Andrew. I've just been desperate to get to Face Off Season 2. There's a lot of hype around it internally within us, and we just want to be able to do it. So as soon as we can get Nick's sweaty little toes in those shoes, we'll be able to move forward.
Let's do it.
God.
Nick perked up when he said sweaty little toes. He got all into
No,
it.
he didn't.
I know how to talk to him.
No.
Next question, or I guess, do we have any other answers to that? Sorry, I would jump the gun on that. Do you guys have ones that you're anticipating, or?
Yeah, the next thing we do for the Wheel of Decades.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I'm really looking forward to it. And then I'm also not looking, because of what we landed on the first time, not looking forward to what it could be.
Yeah. I'm excited as
Yeah,
well.
Learned a lot.
That will be very interesting.
One thing I'm working on is just finalizing some equipment stuff at the office. We're trying to move off of the current setup we have in the couch space.
Oh, that's
to
right. Yeah.
a different area.
Yeah, so we can do more couch stuff.
Yeah, and that'll enable us to use the other room as well for stream purposes.
Awesome.
So we have a few things that we want to get set up and tested out. It's just finding the time in between recordings.
Jeff, anything else at the office you've been working on that you want to tease and say that you're excited to do soon?
I'm pretty excited about getting back going on the break room and the break show. We should be really close there. I feel like we're in the 94% tile range or something in terms of completion. It really is. It just looks like a messy, sweaty, gross room. But once we cast prestidigitation on it, it'll be all fine.
Perfect.
The office is in a great spot now where we've done a 4-player gameplay in there, and I just feel like it's a great spot to just come in and sit down and make stuff now.
I'm there right now.
Prestidigitation. Fuck me.
Great work,
You
man.
got it.
I'm at the office right now. It's awesome. Except for that toilet. Everything else is good.
The shit that don't work.
Yep.
Should have don't work. Next question
overworks.
from Evan Hub 40. My question to you all is, who do you think among you would be most able to kick their way out of a child-infested space? I think Nick.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree.
Although I thought
the
Nick could
OG.
crawl through that tube faster than Gavin, and Gavin kind of killed it. But you took an injury in that, didn't you, Gavin?
Nick beat me in that, but I scuffed up all my arms.
Oh, did Nick beat you? In my memory, you beat Nick.
No, Nick smoked him.
Okay, well then it's Nick all the way then. This isn't even really a question. Nick's definitely
Oh,
gonna.
yeah.
I got
That's
hurt in the
range.
first run, and it affected my confidence in the second run.
We got to revisit it then, right?
A rematch?
I'm really nervous that we didn't win Larry King's keys.
Yeah.
Well, that's not out yet.
Yeah, but
No, but we'll
the
secure it.
auction
We'll
is
make
in
sure that
20 hours, so
No, I mean like Takes Part 2.
oh, that's fine. Of
They don't know what we're talking about.
course.
Are there any?
Yeah, Gavin, of course.
Of course.
It's fine. They still don't know what we're talking about.
Next question is from Steve McKierney. Are there any upcoming games you guys have planned to play that you can tease? I have one that people seem really excited about us playing Battlefield 6. So that is one that I am excited to play with you guys. I'm not typically a Battlefield guy, but I've heard nothing but good things about this new one. And it definitely seems like there's a lot of people in the audience that want us to play it.
What do you think, Gavin? We played it this weekend together.
Yeah, I played with Jeff and the Truck Boys, and it was very fun.
Oh, it's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that.
I never know how like serious FPS is going to translate to entertaining video, you know? But it is a lot of fun to play, and it's a gorgeous game, like absolutely beautiful.
There's also like really just cinematic stuff that happens naturally that's interesting. And there's just like moments where you're like, holy shit, did you see that?
I do felt like I spent the 4 hours we played going, just explaining to the guys what just happened in front of me. No, you don't understand. Then the helicopter crashed in front of me, and the rotor went right over my head. Right over my head.
I think it'll be a lot of fun to check out and will be a great video. Next question from Phoenix Exalt. will there ever be more golden gerplers? It was such a cool concept. We've never really talked about that internally. I have my gut feel on it. I personally lean towards a no, but I'd love to hear what you guys say.
I think it was like a really fun idea when we did it, and I'm not against doing it again, but also like I don't feel the need to revisit that idea specifically. Like it's cool, but you know.
I'm right there with Eric. I liked the idea. I'm certainly open to creating more of them if the idea warrants it. But if the idea was just redo the thing we already did a second time, I don't find that to be particularly appealing.
Yeah.
So if there was some sort of a clever way to do it that made sense, absolutely. But I don't want to get into just like reruns of what we're doing.
Totally. I think there's a mechanism there, or an idea of like a chase type thing that's fun. And chase isn't even necessarily, but like a variation is kind of cool because we typically only do one color of GURP. That's the only time we've had multi GURP colors release. So I don't like my interest in doing more gold GURPlers specifically in the way that we did it doesn't really exist, but the idea of there being like a twist on a release of a GURPler I think is a lot of fun.
And, you know, the idea of there being content around it, too. Like, we had those USB drives in those golden GURPs, right? With the special video. I thought that was the thing that was fun to me about it.
Yeah,
was it 10 that went out?
Absolutely.
10
I think it was
golden
10.
GURPs?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we put the burn-in on the video, so that way we knew which one shared it.
Yeah. Which leaker it was. I think it was number 6 that leaked it.
Yep.
I still haven't seen that video.
Oh, it's good.
It's good.
Why not?
I experienced it, but like I never watched the posted leaked. Is that just on like YouTube? Can I just find that on YouTube?
I think it's on their YouTube, right?
Yeah, just look up
that's
golden.
great.
I believe that was my first Coke.
I think it was,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
What a moment.
my
Next
last
question
Yeah.
by Brian Ford. The interview with Shane was awesome. As of now, are there any plans to have more interviews / supplemental content similar to that? Or if there aren't plans, would you be open to it? I'd certainly be open to it if it made sense. Like, it's not like a thing.
Yeah, if anyone spoke as much regulation as Shaheen, I think it would make total sense.
Absolutely.
But it would have to be like they're in the universe.
It has to, like, within our world make sense. I'm not, like, we're not, in the same way that we're always open to doing drafts, I don't think there's any interest in regularly doing interviews in any capacity.
It was awesome and such just a lightning in a bottle thing that Shaheen, who happened to work with us on the HiredJudge.com thing, was on Survivor, which is a show that we're all mostly really big fans of. Like, that was just like, that was an amazing amount of kismet that you just don't expect. But we didn't interview him because of Survivor. We interviewed him because of the pencil judge thing.
Yes.
And the Survivor thing was just like this wild, happy accident that put him in front of us in a public way that, you know, kind of made set the wheels in motion. But I think that the thing about it is, though, is that it was the connection to the show that we wanted to explore. And so there just aren't going to be a lot of people that are going to have a connection to our show in that way.
Yeah, I mean, he's already been heard speaking on the main show.
Right.
So
Right.
That's true. It makes sense. But there's not a lot of other people who have done that.
No.
And at some point, you're just interviewing Jack again, you know? And
It's also, I think, a really great time to, like, once again, we talk about this all the time. Our community is so absurd and amazing. That is a connection that only happened because of the community. That is not a thing that I would have ever connected the dots on, but it was people that are listening to the show and are passionate about it, sharing that connection and then enabling us to actually connect with him. Like, I would have had it very easily could be a thing where I watched Survivor and had no concept that he was the pencil judge. The only reason why that was ever discovered was because of people in our community talking about it. And just so thankful.
The community is very on top of it in that way. And I think this is by far the community that has the most similar vibe to the people making the show. Like, I've been a part of communities where every idea is pretty, I don't know, it just doesn't fit. The regulation community has tremendous ideas, I feel like, because they speak regulation and they sort of know the vibe of it.
Tremendous ideas and execution. I just love that there's somebody
Yeah.
out there that made a hot dog counting website for the community.
Yeah, exactly that kind of thing.
I completely agree with you, Gavin. As somebody who's been lucky enough to have or to participate in online communities for 23-ish years now, there's been nothing like this in the history of my experience. There really hasn't. Not to blow the audience while I'm cradling their balls or anything, but it really is just a fucking special and unique community that has kind of formed around us.
They made several Christmas albums. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You're only cradling the balls, not the vaginas?
Well, yeah, I mean, like I'm also cradling the vaginas and all the balls and vaginas. I'm up, dude. I'm awash in genitals as a thank you. But yeah,
I'm gonna get Jeff out of this and go to the next question, which is written by the one and only Spummer.
Nice.
With an unlimited budget, what show or series would you like to create?
Ooh.
Of all the people here, I think I'm most interested in Gavin's answer.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, with slow-mo guys, you deal with explosions and stuff. I just feel like...
Oh, you think we should bring explosions to regulation?
I don't know. I just feel like you work on a larger scale than we do typically.
Yeah, I think maybe I would do more like regulation-related trips.
Regulation trips, regulation field trips.
Like if we have an idea that can only be done in some random city in some random state, it could be like, hey, you want to go on Friday?
I think with an unlimited budget, what show or series would you like to create? I would like to recreate Mad Mad World or Rat Race with the community. That would be the dream. That would be the goal. An insane scavenger hunt. Be fantastic.
How about you, Nick or Eric?
I don't know. Like,
it is tough because budget so rarely factors in.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's the thing. And even budget for travel isn't really that much of an issue for us. It's more of a component of time.
Oh, yeah.
And by that, I mean, not like we have the budget, it's unlimited. It's that I don't think on a scale that would require a large budget.
I struggle, and it's going to sound like a cop-out answer, but I struggle to think of something that I've wanted to make at regulation that hasn't been achievable.
Yeah, and it's almost never hindered by budget. Like I love the fact that we were able to make what I think was a really funny, good video for the cost of 4 sandwiches the other day.
Yeah. That is absolutely, that is my sweet spot. Like I came into this industry making a production company out of 2 Xboxes, like that was my ceiling. The only reason back in Achievement Hunter, we did shows like Haunter and Hardcore and Last Laugh that had these inflated budgets is because they approached me, and by they I mean management approached me and said, think big. What's your big budget idea? We have money. We need to spend it. We want to spend it. Give us your best big budget ideas. So we then went to the drawing board and came up with ideas for them. But those weren't ideas that I would have naturally even landed on in that. Like anything we want to do, I feel like we can do because I think all of our ideas are fairly achievable.
You know what it is for me is Survive Block Island was a really fun idea that I know that we had talked about that people really loved. I really kind of don't feel one way or another about it. I think it's a really cool show. And I would love to do more of that if there was something like that where the budget didn't matter. We could get all of our friends and do that stuff. I think what I would want to do is make a mini golf game. And we talked about that previously. It's sort of brought up in other stuff or whatever, but a mini golf video game that was it's not there. Nobody's making them. Make it regulation themed and around this stuff or whatever, but very much in the vein of
dude,
3D Ultra Mini Golf would be so fucking cool.
Mini Golf Menace, and you can fuck with each other.
Yeah.
That's the game. 4-player, boom.
Regulation golf.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So
it's that to me would be, if it's all budget and we have an idea and people are executing on this thing. Look, I don't know how to make a game and I don't know how to execute on that thing, but if it's, a pie in the sky idea, then that would probably be mine, is making that kind of thing, because I think that would be a lot of fun.
That's a great
idea.
Thought. Yeah. On just a quick note on budget, it's just funny timing. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and they asked about podcast budget and that type of thing, and brought up this item for us to acquire that is so absurdly like so out of the realm of any possibility. And it was like a fair ride. And I was like, no, that's fucking like, no, like that's absurd. What are you talking about? And then they replied, oh, don't, what, you needed the Warner money for that to make that happen? And I love that perception because at the end, I couldn't get us new Xboxes. The premise that we had the Warner money at any point to buy a fair ride is hilarious to me.
I mean, you bought the porta potty yourself, right? That was never even a...
I was out of pocket. Moving on to the next question by Will. Will there be a Russian fuck hat patch for the patch hat? Also for Jeff, long time since we've had an update. How are your teeth/jaw doing?
I'll say yes. I'm a thumbs up for the patch idea if the other guys are okay with it. I think it's on the list of potential. There may have even been a mock-up of it already because we had, I think, like 10 or 12 mocked up initially. And then my mouth's fine. It's great. I was having those issues. I think it was due to clenching my jaw. I've been using a mouth guard. Just recently, the issues started on the other side of my mouth, but I recognized it, went to the dentist just to make sure there's nothing there. And I think it's all just related to stress. And so I'm learning not to clench my jaw and to relax. Thank you.
Nice. Good work.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm all for the Russian fuck hat thing. That design is like a spell to me. I don't understand because it was a random accident. I always don't understand how we can recreate it. I don't know how they did it the first time. That's why I am never personally pushing for it because I just don't understand how we could even do it.
They recreated it pretty well for the shirt and the hat we made.
They sure did. If we have those assets, I guess we could just reuse them, but that is always the holdup in my mind.
I love the idea of selling a patch that was a hat and a shirt that could be stuck on a different hat and a different shirt.
Oh. Completely agree.
That's so many layers deep. It's almost hard to think about.
It's pretty good. We are running a bit long, so maybe I'll do like one or two more. There's so many amazing questions. Thank you so much to all the Falcons who submitted them. Here is one for Mr. Fedora. A lot of people make clips, highlights, and compilations of your work. How do you guys feel about that? Obviously unmonetized. Do you find they help draw people to your work, steal views from you, or is it just something that comes from being an online presence for so many years? Do these kinds of things annoy you guys, or does it not matter to you?
I've always seen that as like a great indicator of a thriving community, to be honest.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's
nothing
so cool.
against it. I think it's great.
Our views aren't that precious.
No, but we really said that like when we were starting this company, we were like, we're not going to try to like chase it. We have to be mindful of an algorithm, but we're not trying to chase an algorithm. No. We're not trying to chase views with like what we're doing. We need to be mindful of like what we're doing, but we make what we want to make and do what we want to do here. And I think that, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but people are like, oh, they make compilations and it's like unmonetized. Me personally, I don't care necessarily if it's monetized or not. I don't feel like you're taking money out of my pocket. No, I think you're doing a real service by like getting these compilations to do stuff and whatever. So more to me, it's obviously going to be a case by case thing. If it turns into some other, I know with other channels at other points, it turned into like, yeah, I make these compilations and here's my Patreon, and then like, getting upset with people that are watching like these other videos. I've just seen it happen in other communities. As long as it doesn't broach that, it's like, I just make the video. I think it's great. If it's striking you creatively that you want to compile and do those things, more power to you. I think it's phenomenal. And thank you very much.
The compilations that the audience makes, in my opinion, is always better than anything that we would produce ourselves.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
We've been down this road before in the past with Achievement Hunter, and Gavin is 100% correct. For whatever reason, the compilation that the audience makes is always going to be better and better received than the compilation that the creator makes. So you do a better job than we could capturing what it is that you like about the show versus what it is we think you like about the show that we clip together for you. But in addition, at the end of the day, I think the easiest way to look at it is just make no mistakes about it, audience. We are a Patreon-driven show. We exist because of the patrons on Patreon who pay for us every month. YouTube to us is an advertisement. It is a commercial. We put our videos up on YouTube to find audience, to let them know about us so that hopefully they will go to Patreon at some point. If not, that's cool. They can still enjoy it on YouTube. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me if they're watching your compilation video of us on YouTube or us on YouTube. It's both. Both of them are commercials for us.
The biggest battle that we have, and we've talked about, sir, I don't know how much we've said kind of externally or whatever, some, but internally, the biggest battle that we have as a company and like as a show is that nobody knows that we're doing this. And you're looking at views and everything. You're like, oh, people know, people are listening and all this stuff every day. Oh, I didn't know Jeff and Gavin were making videos still every day. Every single day. It is such an uphill battle to inform an audience that wants to see this stuff, but they have no idea about it. And like, it's hard. And so like these compilations reach a different audience and I'm all for it. I think they're great.
Absolutely.
I think it's also like on top of just the willingness and like the enjoyment of the thing so much that you want to make a compilation for it is incredibly touching and appreciated, I think, by all of us, as well as just on like it's a weird personal thing of largely what we do is comedic, like 99% of it. So the idea that like any of us could say something that made someone laugh so much or just enjoy that moment so much that they want to clip it and then share it with other people is so just absurdly touching in sort of a unique way.
It's a very gratifying and humbling thing. Yeah, for sure. It means that the idea that some dumb thing you said has some sort of value. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The final question by Jack Leinhart. What's the most complicated post-production process y'all had to deal with? To me, immediately what comes to mind is Mario Party March. But I'd love to know, Nick, if there was something on the production side for you that was just a fucking nightmare that like might not be obvious that it was a disaster.
I'm trying to think. That was probably the most intense thing that we did was either just gathering all the files and figuring out how to post for either the advent calendar or Mario Party March. But Mario Party March was also one of those complications just because it was so many different R files. We had the Craig backup, and if you don't know what a Craig is, it's basically a recording system for Discord. So it's lesser quality, but it's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
And then also just getting the video from that. I would say sometimes when we do certain streams, being able to, like, we ran into this issue recently where we're trying to figure out audio settings when we have to stream through Discord. Actually, you know what? A really good example of this happening in real time was when we did the Donkey Kong stream, because we found out very quickly that Andrew's machine wasn't quite able to handle
too heavy of a load.
The 2K stream that initially was doing. And then after that, we pivoted to him sharing his screen with us through Discord, and I streamed that, and then being able to utilize that, his actual recording from that for the VOD, as opposed to using the live stream that I put out, just because it had better video and it also has the audio from the game. So those are probably the most complicated things, even though they're like the usual quick turnaround things. It's just figuring out how to plug and play all that stuff after a live stream, because it's a quick turnaround.
Absolutely. Does anything jump out to you guys?
Yeah.
No, nothing that we've really done.
It's like things that we've recovered. Like we did Jeff, Gavin, and I did a FBC Firebreak 4, which is one of the rare things we lost just completely. Because I didn't have footage. I think Gavin didn't have footage. Audio was broken. Like it fell apart. It was piece by piece.
It was only my video and then 2 audios, I think.
Yeah. So it's like we have those where it's just like they're disasters, but not recoverable. But in the sense of like, what is something that was a nightmare that we're able to make work?
Getting that guillotine in the fucking room.
Andrew, when we did, when you and Jeff and I ended up watching the Pink Panther,
yes,
for whatever reason, when we were capturing the wheel, that we lost that footage. And it's like, that's the whole impetus for the episode, right? It's about spinning the wheel to see what you're going to end up watching that week, right? Because it's about remakes of good movies, and we're watching the potentially bad remake of that movie. But the whole thing was, it landed on one thing that we did not have access to, which led to us spinning them again and landing on Pink Panther. That was completely lost. So I had to recreate that moment visually.
But
You had to like respin the wheel until it landed on Pink Panther.
yes, but on my third try, it landed on Pink Panther, and then I spun it again. I'm sorry, on the third try, it landed on the initial one it landed on for us. And then on the very next spin that I did, because it was just a continuous file that I was doing, it landed on Pink Panther in the exact same time that
but
which is insane.
Holy
it is
shit.
insane. What's funny is that the way that so I sent you all the information. The reshoot that you did was not how the wheel looked when we did it. You put it in a different way. So there were comments of people, I don't remember what it was, but there are comments of being like, Andrew's acting like this when visually, like, what's he talking about? And it's like, you are not seeing, like, it is a recreation, but it is not recreated in the way that it was when we recorded it.
That's great. That's so funny.
With stuff like that, though, I feel like I'm fine just having a little disclaimer being like, oh, we lost this footage. This is a recreation. Just so people are less confused.
That's a good idea.
It wasn't that they were confused. It was that they were like annoyed with me or something. But it was
I like it if it's going to make them annoyed with Andrew. Personally.
it was maybe not even annoyed. They were just confused. I think when I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember reading some of the comments.
It made
and being
you
like,
look dumb.
yes, it was like this is what you guys are seeing is not actually what we saw.
I'm not stupid. Not like everybody says.
I think that's the end of a great sausage talk. Thank you all so much for the questions, and I don't think I have anything else to add in terms of sausage making.
I have one other thing that I know we're running long. I apologize, but
Yeah, no, of course.
forgot to bring it up earlier. We were talking about doing more live streaming, and I just wanted to update people sort of like what we've been talking about in the background of like, we want to live stream more, do those things live somewhere? What is this? How does it go? Like whatever. We talked about uploading them to YouTube later in unlisted and putting them in a playlist of like, hey, here's like all these like live streams that we did. Is that something that you guys want? Is that something that we should be doing? We're trying not to get slammed too algorithmically because it doesn't really matter, but we need to like raise awareness. And when we have like these longer gameplays, like just to be very transparent, when we had a lot of fun watching Nick play Last of Us, and apparently none of you did because just views wise was not crushing. So it's like, we still want to be able to do that. And where does it go?
I think it's less about algorithm too, and more just about clutter.
Yeah,
and
it's
keeping
clutter is the more the
main
concern,
content
not really algorithm.
super visible.
Yeah, because there are going to be live streams. Some weeks we might do 3. Like it might just be, Andrew and Nick. It might just be, who knows? But like we need to be aware of what we're doing, and we want to make you aware of what we're trying for. And I think unlisted playlist on YouTube might be the move, but haven't really like landed on it yet.
Yeah, that was the thing where we had all these different ideas of how to approach it, and then somebody in the community suggested that as a solution, and it seemed like the perfect fix for it. But I don't know how any of that stuff works. So, on the surface, if I'm totally fine with what was discussed or pitched.
People were saying that it doesn't really have an effect on the algorithm and discoverability of other videos. So I think it's a perfect solution.
Yeah,
and then you get all the benefits of the YouTube player without having it on some weird second site.
The only hang up that I could see is that, say we're doing this and a year down the road, someone wants to see one of the videos or whatever, and they go, oh, fuck, what live stream was that from? There's no way for it to be discoverable. Like, you can't search for it. It's just in an unlisted format in a playlist. That's the only hiccup that I can see for like the whole thing, because I know a lot of people love to rewatch that stuff. But if that's sort of like the thing we're willing to give up, then that just might be the solution that we're looking for.
Yeah. I think of all the options, it's the best one.
Consider it given up.
Can we even do it by like year? Can we make like a playlist that's like VODs 2025?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
2026 type thing?
That's a really good idea. Yeah. Okay.
Good thinking.
See,
Nick.
look at that. Sausage talk maybe solved the problem. That's great.
Hey,
Crazy.
Yeah, first time for everything.
hey.
I think that's it.
I think
Anything
that's
else?
it. No, I'm good.
It's a long one.
Jeff, do you want to wrap up this sausage?
Yeah, I'd be happy and then
Crimp the end.
squeeze it into its intestinal lining casing and then spin it around and say, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Regulation Content. This has been Sausage Talk number 4. A little peer behind the sausage curtain into the inner workings of the Regulation Company, if you will. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check out our Patreon over there at patreon.com/theregulationpod. And as always, we have YouTube channel on one side, it's gaming. And then on the other side, it's the podcast and supplementals. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.